Hey everyone, it's John Taylor on my trading desk and prop trading desk and news desk today. Today is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Please give my videos a like and a share, and please subscribe to my channel. FOMC Day. Today, December 10th, 2025, the economic calendar features key U.S. data like the Employment Cost Index and showing wage growth plus petroleum status. And of course, at 2 o'clock today, the FOMC rate decision and Chair Powell's press conference. He's going to run a presser at 2 p.m., impacting markets like the stock, bond market, crypto, and of course, commodities and the dollar. So stay with me to the end. Give my video a like and a share. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, just information purposes only. MBA mortgage applications, employment cost index, petroleum report, and then this afternoon, FOMC interest rate decision on Federal Reserve policy. You can't fight the Fed. And Fed Chair Powell at 2:30 then does a presser giving an outlook on the economy. So what we're looking for is clues on inflation and future Fed moves, with ECI and Powell's comments being crucial. Energy markets will react to the oil report too. So this is the news for today. I'm on my prop trading desk. If you stay with me to the end, I give you free alpha. It's opinion only, but I go over my trading plan for today. There's no guarantee the Fed cut will lower rates that matter. Here's why the bond market and the Fed's rate cut appear out of alignment. So stocks are slipping on the Fed decision. Stock market's open about 40 minutes. Oracle set for earnings reveal. Looking for cracks in the AI market? I don't know. Oracle's been building a lot of infrastructure. Trump set to hold last interviews with Fed chair finalists. SpaceX IPO on deck. Wells Fargo sees the S&P 500 clocking double-digit gains. GE Verona soars as AI spurs higher dividend and buybacks. Alibaba and ByteDance keen on order NVIDIA H200 chips. A lot of news on Alibaba and NVIDIA stocks active. Great income squeeze begins. Fed spells end of easy yields. Bullish analysts just can't quit strategy, MicroStrategy after 60% rout. So, I've been purchasing MicroStrategy over the last week or so on the dippy dip. I think Bitcoin's oversold here. I've been purchasing Bitcoin, but more on that later as we go over my trading plan. The latest news, Amazon initiated, GE Verona upgraded, Wall Street top analyst calls. China's DeepSeek used banned NVIDIA chips for AI model. This is being reported on Bloomberg. Sales to foreign brand phones, China up 13% on Apple Computer News. GameStop misses estimates amid struggling with digital pivot. GameStop GME is off. Oil steadies after 2-day drop with glut concerns. Drill baby drill. The U.S. is an incredible oil producer. So 5 things to know, when the stock market opens today. Kind of go over that real quick. Again, read the risk disclosures below. You can always make sure you read that. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just opinion only. So the 5 things you know today, again, Fed, interest rate decisions. The Fed widely expected to cut interest rates. Dot plot and Powell comments in focus. 2 o'clock, man. Oracle earnings due amid AI bubble questions. Oracle is slated to release its earnings report after the close today, so we got to follow Oracle stock. It's going to be active. What else? So these are the big stocks fall pre-bell ahead of Fed rate decision. So these are the things to follow on Yahoo Finance and kind of go over it. I go over geopolitics and then socioeconomics every day on my trading desk and prop trading desk and news desk. And if you stay with me to the end, I give you free alpha on an opinion on what moves I'm kind of making just from my own account. I used to be a financial advisor. I'm not anymore. I give myself financial advice and then I take my own financial advice. Stock index futures are muted amid caution ahead of the Fed rate decision. This is what's being reported on bar chart. S&P futures are flat, crude oil's flat, The VIX is steady at 17.24. Gold bullion is flat at 4,224. All right, so let's see. Wall Street is quiet as wait for the Federal Reserve announcement this afternoon. News in Rwanda. So there's news, geopolitics news in Congo. The Federal Reserve likely to cut rates, may signal just one more reduction next year. So this is what we have on bar chart. Coterra's energy stock, performance. Hubble stock is underperforming the industrial sector. News on Salesforce, Axon Enterprises, Steel Dynamic stock. So let's go over a major market overview. S&P minis flat at 68.48, or S&P 500 minis. Okay, the Nasdaq is off 68 points for the mini. The Dow future minis up about 90 points. The VIX flat at 19.39. The Dixie 98.995 off fractionally. 10-year note, we got to get ready for the de-dollarization event and the Great Reset. So I'm doing research now on a new ebook that I'm going to be publishing on Amazon Kindle on the Great Reset and how to survive it. And the last resets, 1933 and 34, when gold bullion was illegal to own. And then in 1971, when President Nixon removed the greenback off of the gold standard. So get ready for it's time for the next reset. So we're kind of looking at the commodity market and how this affects it. I'm not a commodity trading advisor, just information only. So gold, again, at 4,229 to the ounce. Silver pumping, 60.9, about $61 to the ounce on silver. Man. So top market leaders, the stock market leaders, Tesla, NVIDIA, GE Verona is active, up 15%. Broadcom, Facebook, Meta, Alphabet, Google's doing great. Actively traded Amazon. Let me see, Amazon's doing incredible. Microsoft is very active, and Intel. So these are the news stories being reported on bar chart. So let's look at this. We're running about 7 minutes right now, but let's look at some of the news that's being reported on, say, Wolf Street. I like Wolf Street. They do all right. Job openings jump by 443,000 in 2 months. Labor market retightens. The Federal Reserve faces a scenario of solid job market and accelerating inflation. So that's being, got an edgy bond market, a 30-year yield, 3-month high. So that's being reported on Wall Street. Let's look at the left, CNN, the news stories there, and kind of look at both sides of the political spectrum. And on the newsreels here, Trump fails to feel America's pain on prices. I thought Trump gave a great speech last night. And so the president insists things have never been better. Voters dealing with rising prices feel differently. Pennsylvania shoppers react to Trump giving the economy an A+. The Fed decision expected to cut rates, but the outlook for 2026 is less certain. So this is being reported on CNN. House Armed Services Chairman prepared to end investigation into the follow-up DRUG boat, STRIKE. Can't talk about that because it's not PC. Oh man, social media anxiety in Australia, the Epstein list, Eileen Higgins will win Miami's mayor race, breaking the nearly 30-year GOP hold. So Miami news here, that's what we have. So that's being reported on the left side of the spectrum. Now let's look at the right here on Fox News. Fox News is reporting, and stay with me to the end. Again, give my videos a like and a share, and please subscribe to my channel. And you see the link down here or here. You can always help support my channel too. It helps build the channel up. I have a Patreon account. Minnesota law enforcement exodus grows as fraud scandal drains hundreds of millions from the state. So cops are under siege. History leaves no doubt. Birthright citizenship was never up for debate. Okay, so, man, Trump ally, news there. A lot of the news you can't even talk about because it's too hot for the tube. So that's what's being reported on Fox News. So that's what I have. So let's look at my trading plan for today. Let's see, on Robinhood. I like Robinhood. I've used them for years. I own stock in Robinhood. So let's go over a free alpha, what my trading plan for today is. Bitcoin had a nice pump in Bitcoin over the last week or so. Been trading it, earned thousands of points of profit buying the dip at the pivot points. So I'll DCA Bitcoin here. Got pivot point trades out there to buy the dip. SPY ETF, I'll dollar cost average it today. On the blockchain ETFs, I traded those over the last couple of weeks for huge profits. BKCH and then Block, BLOK. I'll dollar cost average both of those today. And then ETH, ETHE, the Ethereum ETF. So I'm a buyer of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the blockchain ETFs along with the S&P 500. So that's my trading plan for today. Let's look at strategy. MSTR. That was my number one stock pick that I gave myself last week or so at $156 a share. This morning, strategy pumped to as high in pre-market to $191. So let's see here. I started accumulating MicroStrategy on the dippy dip at about $158 a share, and it pumped to about $197. So I think MicroStrategy is oversold. And if my viewers remember, I gave you the Brazil stock market ETF last year when the narrative was, sell first and ask questions later. So will strategy survive? You got Michael Saylor versus Peter Schiff and the gold market and silver bullion market, copper. You're looking at commodities. What's the most oversold commodity? I think it's orange juice. So let's look at the futures. Again, I'm not a CTA, I'm not a commodity trading advisor, just information purposes only. The futures, the long-term trends here in futures on bar chart. So silver bullion, plus 106.92 weighted alpha. So I'm a seller of silver bullion. And let's look at the most oversold commodity on its weighted alpha is orange juice. So I would be a seller of precious metals. And look at these precious metals complex here. You got silver, platinum, palladium, gold, coffee, dry whey, graded weighted alpha. And then looking at cryptos, Bitcoin has a negative 21.32 weighted alpha. So I'm a buyer of Bitcoin, and then I'm a seller of my silver bullion products on eBay that are trading at a huge premium, and then using those hyperinflated dollars then to purchase Bitcoin with. So that's my plan on commodities. So, make sure you read the risk disclosure below. And, I don't give financial advice, but I'm going to be publishing a new ebook on Amazon Kindle, and you can check out my new ebook that I penned on Amazon Kindle for free, titled AI, Artificial Intelligence Event Planning. So you can check that out. You can see the links down below in my video. Use artificial intelligence for event planning. So that book is getting a lot of traction. People are reading it if you do event planning. So that's really what I have for today, running about 15 minutes. So let's see what else here. Looking at geopolitics, my trading plan for today, and stock market, everyone's waiting for FOMC. Is the Fed going to save the day? Is the Federal Reserve going to lower interest rates to zero, to pump up, the stock market? What's going to happen with the US dollar and the de-dollarization event? So the Dixie, let's see, US dollar, looking at US dollar fund, Invesco, US dollar index fund, so they're bullish on this fund. Let's see, it's been doing all right the last while, but the US dollar is experiencing the de-dollarization event because of Basel III and the price of gold bullion and all that. So we shall see. I'm looking at doing a DCA on SPY ETF today, blockchain ETFs, dollar cost averaging ETH. So I did real well on my Bitcoin positions in the last week. Did a nice couple trades on it. Bought the dip on Bitcoin as low as about 89,000 and then sold, into the pump at like 93, 94,000. So I'm profitable again in my Bitcoin position, which is good. So I like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I own Solana. And then a lot of the privacy tokens like Zcash and Litecoin, they're getting a lot of traction because of new privacy token treasury funds are being created to purchase a different privacy tokens. So we shall see. Let me look at my Bitcoin trades here. So, Bitcoin's off fractionally today. Let's look at, I know my videos run a little longer today, but stay with me. It's worth it. I kind of go over my trading plan and see what's going on with it. So again, you can check out my ebook for free. So Bitcoin, I sold some Bitcoin here recently for as high as like 92,000. Then I sold some at 91,000 and sold some at 87,000. But I bought the dip in Bitcoin all the way at 90,000 and then sold it at 92,300. Then I bought Bitcoin at 93,000, 90,000, 89,000, scaled into a trade and then sold it for a huge pump. So we'll see. Let's see how Bitcoin is affected by the US dollar and Jerome Powell's comments. I got limit orders to purchase Bitcoin at 90,100, 87,548, and at 85,328. So let's see if we get some price fills today and be able to trade it. So I tip my hat off to all those who were on the 100x margin, on Bitcoin who got liquidated on the route. I don't trade on the margin, but I hedge everything and I always purchase precious metals. So that's really what I have for today, everyone. Check it out. And I say this every day. I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it now. So again, it's John Taylor on his news desk and prop trading desk. Have a great, wonderful day. Let the trend be your friend. And don't fight the Fed. Thanks, everyone.